us all here. We are all back, all here in our separate areas of the steam tunnels. Welcome back. It is I, Josh, the Birdman, welcoming you back to another council of the Benevolent Steam Gentlemen. I'm joined here again by RaShaun, the Three of Clubs. How you doing?
Doing fantastic. How are you?
Good. I hear you're away in another secret hideaway. We won't give away your location, but hope you're enjoying yourself. I hear you're pouring yourself a nice drink there.
That's on me. That's offered.
That's all right. Fair enough. But I'm telling you, now that you're here, I'm betting on 18. That's all I'm saying. Okay? I'm going to make this work. I'm going to bet on 18 every goddamn time next time.
Yeah, let's hope we're playing blackjack, or else you're fucked.
There's that. But now that I found out that's the case, when we're all vaccinated, we get to go out and hit the casinos again. Not that I ever really did that before, but still.
It's a thing to do.
18, getting that in every time. And you hear the voice of the magnificent star child there. Gregory, how you doing today?
Feeling all right, ready to stand and deliver. I'm excited about this topic.
What am I going to do about these kids?
Right, kids.
These kids. Greg just got his hair cut, so he thinks he has the Edward James almost comb over going on there. So, but
Edward James almost. I'm proud of that.
Oh, someone got a haircut.
Oh yeah. The place I go to opened up again, so I was like,
yeah. The barbershop opened.
You try to sneak down on me like I don't have hair envy.
Yo, that's
Come
real.
on.
All five of my brothers are all bald. Yeah, I talk shit. I fuck with them day and night.
I'm about to say
you must be peacocking.
Yeah,
totally.
Fuck with them day and night.
Greg walks in the room. Is like, let me just take this pick out of my back pocket. Excuse me. You know how it is.
Just got back from the barbershop.
Oh, absolutely. As you should be.
Proud of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back to it. I am Josh, as I said, the Birdman, the man who, when he first heard the term Netflix and chill, just assumed it meant falling asleep in front of the computer like I do all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you newfangled kids with your expressions. So we are reconvening today. We had an idea here. We're actually, brother Gregory had an idea, so I'm going to let him kind of intro us to it and set the agenda for the subject today.
We spend our entire lives looking for meaning, and we should stop. It's existence for the sake of existing, and that means that we do have to, in one way or another, one day or another, grapple with the specter of death. We call it our 30s. And so I thought that we should just take an opportunity to look at death in the movies. You know what I mean? Like death that might have hit you a certain way. A death in the movies that might have made you thought, you know what? I can handle that. Or maybe it was something that made you laugh at death, because sometimes the only way to look at it is to laugh at the shit, and that helps you deal with it. Either way, or maybe just a death that really touched you. You know what I'm saying? Like really hit you in your personals. You didn't think it was going to hit you the way it did, but it ended up hitting you. Like I thought it would be a good topic, especially all three of us being, different levels of cinephile. It would be a good one to see which movie deaths left a mark on you for any reason.
Let's talk about death, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about you and me. I love it. I dig it on the subject. It's certainly there. I like how you start us off on such a true note.
Right?
Man search for meaning, and there is none.
And stop.
Just stop, as I say.
Stop
all the time.
All right. Like, why? Why? All right. You found meaning. So what?
By the way, in case anyone is wondering, Greg is available for motivational speaking engagements. So.
I do kids' parties.
He does that too. No, he's great.
I do kids' parties.
Kids gather around, kids. Wait, 7, 8. Cool.
Let me tell you something.
Let me help you grapple with mortality.
Bingo.
I'm sorry, I have to hop in, but Greg totally just interrupted our birthday party of a podcast as the clown who comes in, who looks good, but then sits down immediately, cracks the cigarette, and opens up a bottle of like bourbon. It's like, kids, let me go ahead and tell you about divorce.
I think it's all funny. It's like, and one day you come home, you find her in bed with another clown.
So then you're talking to. Hold on, this is funny.
You got
like this. And then you're gonna talk to some lawyer for $250 an hour. All they gotta tell you is like, oh my god.
Yo, if you got step parents, that's more presents. That's all I'm saying. You get 2 sets of parties. You get 2 sets of presents. I mean, it's a win-win, kids. So if anything, hope your parents don't work it out.
There you go. You actually encourage your parents to get divorced. You're welcome. All right, Greg. Set us on up. Tell us about the first death that you find meaningful.
I decided to pick one that we kind of touched on last time we talked. Katie McGrath in Jurassic World. I knew I'd go with it. I'm going to start with a funny one. Let's start with a funny death. You know, because, I mean, they set her up as like the perfect pissy little assistant Karen. And she's just bitching at these 2 kids through like the entire beginning of the movie.
Really not even that bad.
I mean, obviously, spoiler alert, but you know, we're talking about deaths. Anyway. I mean, so after like an hour, you're just like done with her life. Like all she does is talk about herself and her life and bitch at these kids. And, you know, everybody knows some damn Karen like this. So you're just dying to see her buy it. So while the panic is happening and like all the dinosaurs are getting out, I don't know any of the names of dinosaurs. All right. I'm not Ross from Friends. Like, I'm just going to say dinosaurs. And she's like bitching at the 2 kids. She gets snatched up by this one flying dinosaur. Right. And then she gets like passed around from one dinosaur mouth to the other dinosaur mouth. And then they drop her in the water. And then from there, she gets flung around by these other flying dinosaurs that are like dive bombing all around her. And then one of them pulls her up just in time for this giant, like not megalodon, but like a megalodon to like jump up and swallow them both whole. It's not like really gruesome, like there's no blood, but it is pretty fucking traumatizing. Like she gets wrecked. Like, this entire thing. And she is like screaming and clawing for her life. And you could just like see her like in a split second before the giant dino closes his mouth, you see her like trying to claw out at the last minute before he closes his mouth. It's just like shrill and hilarious. Because, you know, because I thought about it, you know, so, I mean, I understand we don't want to be the middle-aged sexist bro podcast. There's enough of those going on right now.
For sure.
But, so, you know, just to be clear, everyone that went to this park deserved to die a horrible death. I mean, everyone. All right. In this universe, this incident with these reanimated dinosaurs has already happened like 4 times. Once at another proposed amusement park. Okay, you don't go. It's ripped dozens of people in half. You don't go. It's the same reason you don't go on a yoga retreat to Chernobyl, because you're gonna die. So you don't go to an amusement park with hulking giant fucking monsters that will rip you to shreds. You know, and I kind of have something personal against these movies and all of them, because you remember when we said, like, you know, there was really only one Terminator movie.
Yeah.
Like there was only really one Jurassic Park movie. You know what I'm saying? Like that sense of wonder that you got in that first super Spielbergian Jurassic Park never happened again. So now they're just turning them into cheesy movie monsters. Cheesy movie monsters killed the bitchy girl. It's how it had to go down. But but RaShaun was right. There are articles and petitions about how mean and somewhat sexist it was for them to give her such a gruesome death in this movie. I think her and the seniors on the retreat all had it coming.
You know, the funny thing is, that death and a few others I actually saw in the movie theater. I'm willing to bet you guys did too, but I can share my experience of that moment. When that happened in the movie theater, it was a packed movie theater. Everyone basically had this sort of outward expression of why. Just like, why? Why did she have to go through all that? Why didn't you just kill her? Why? Like, no one really said much. It was just kind of like, huh.
I mean,
you can obviously imagine I was laughing my ass off when this happened. Like,
there's like 40 people that died before this person. No one even batted an eye. Everyone was like, to Greg's point, it's like, yeah, you're on an island of a bunch of reanimated, monsters. They're gonna eat you. But this one, everyone was just like, seriously, what the fuck was that? Like, why did you have to kill her 14 different times? You could have just been done with it. It was it was the scene of what's his name in Austin Powers where he's like, Dad, why don't you just go get a gun? We'll shoot him in the head. Pow, done. It was like everyone was kind of like on that side versus, but the movie it was basically Dr. Evil like, no, we have to get sharks with lasers. That's what happened.
The sharks with lasers, people.
You just don't get it, Scott.
And actually, they one of the articles I read actually pointed out one of the reasons they made it so epic and over the top was because it was the first female death in a Jurassic Park movie.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Okay.
So that's one of the reasons that they kind of made it over the top. Because you got to remember, in movies like this, more gory means they like it more.
Right, it's the fourth in the series.
Exactly. If you just like die off screen, then they really didn't give a shit about you. But if they give you a great, glorious death with think about all the CGI it took to off this bitch. Like a lot.
That was a lot of money.
Right. Yeah. Like they put a lot of production into killing her. I think that's respect.
That's a lot of money. That was part of the plot was BD Wong coming back from the very first one, which was just, shout out to BD Wong, by the way. Just give that man some credit. That man has been around and been doing some stuff for a long time. Remember he's the geneticist, and he's a geneticist with like 2 lines in the first one, and they bring him back to actually have a part in this in that one.
Yeah, that was kind of my feeling though. Like if you're gonna go 100% cheese, bring back Samuel L. Jackson.
Well, yeah, absolutely. But
don't tell me you need a reason, and don't tell me you need it to make sense. Because look at the rest of this fucking movie.
All right,
just find a reason to bring back Samuel L. Jackson.
Well,
don't care.
Samuel L. Jackson, and the L stands for motherfucker.
They did him so dirty in the first one. I'm sorry. I just can't keep it down. They did him so dirty.
Hold on to your butts.
Hold on to your butts.
Well, with that, then, I don't know, RaShaun, have I given you the jumping off point for your first visit to the hereafter in our list?
Yeah, I just went blank. You know what? I'll go with Harry and Marv from Home Alone because they died in every single one of those fucking planes. Every single one of them killed them. Everyone. They're dead after the first one. I'm done with my time. I'm good. Literally hit the little hammer in the court, whatever that's called, because that's my case. I'm done. Literally, come on now. You had a paint can swinging down from like a full story. Hit dude in the face, and he falls a couple of more steps, and he lives. No, they're all dead.
And they're not young either.
No.
Home Alone is literally a Ghostbusters sequel. Just no one wants to talk about it.
A violent Ghostbusters sequel, but yes, extremely.
He killed them, and every single one of those pranks absolutely killed them. They're dead.
I mean, the most obvious being the blowtorch.
Oh yeah.
That was beyond deadly, but
yeah, and it wasn't there a brick to the face.
Yes.
Yeah, it was a brick to the face.
All right.